as a hobbyist and Steve as a large business owner of comics, I came across a discussion among comic people in a group of if you're going to buy a collection and you know what's in it and the person who's selling it doesn't or is unaware of what it's actually worth, are you comfortable doing that? Like, or would you say something like, hey, maybe this is more than worth than what you're selling it for, or you're happy to take the really good deal? Um, and is there a difference between a hobbyist doing that and a someone who's doing it for a business for their livelihood?
Who's going first on?
Well, I'll go
Yeah,
first as a hobbyist.
go ahead. Yeah.
Um, I've bought small. I've never bought like a giant collection, like maybe 200 or 300 books at a time. Um, Most of the time, it's from other hobbyists like myself who know what they're selling, or at least having a kind of an idea. Um, and I'm not one to really. I'm very much different than my brother. My brother will negotiate down to the bone. I'm the opposite of like, you know what? I can afford this. I'll take it at this, or like maybe $20 off. But if I came across something that was, I was buying it for $10 and I knew it was worth, 10 grand. I think personally, I would hope that I would say something to that person. Whether it was like, grandparents selling their kid. Well, I don't know if it's selling their kids' collection, but like in a situation where they came across a collection and they're just selling it to get rid of it. I think I would tell them that they should maybe get it appraised or something like that. But I'm a hobbyist, so that's not something that I'm making a living off of. That I have, I need this to.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Let me ask you a question. You came across that listing on eBay,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a set price.
Mm-hmm.
Would you buy it? Would you buy the eBay listing?
Uh, yeah, I think I would do that. I guess I would assume if they're listing on eBay, they would have done their research or at least done eBay completed to see what others. No.
I mean, they won't always. So
Oh,
it's this. It's. I'm just asking you, does the method matter?
sure.
The
Oh, yeah,
method
yeah.
of does the venue matter? Because
Hmm.
to me, it's the same concept. Like they're asking if in this scenario, I'm assuming that they're setting it. They are setting the price.
Yeah, so it'd be like, someone on Facebook or you see someone on Instagram like I'm selling a collection or a Kijiji or whatever and like I found these in my attic. Who wants them? $20 for like, 100 books and there's I don't know, a Silver Surfer one in there or something, I don't know, but
Yeah.
or an X-Men one, but
So you're saying they post that on eBay, you would buy it. They posted on where are you talking? Facebook, maybe?
I guess if maybe the better scenario is a garage sale where
Okay.
you're just going around looking and they just put it out for whatever. Um and they don't know what they have. They never even bother to look because it's a garage sale of lots of things, right? So they're just getting rid of a ton of stuff.
Mhm.
So it's
So the
not.
real answer is you actually haggle less than they're asking. No, so I actually do not like buying collections.
No.
I do not like. It's just a really like to me, it's an awkward situation.
Yeah.
You if it's a collector and it's his own collection, he thinks the price is astronomical.
Yeah.
If it's a deceased spouse or parent or son, it's just like it makes me feel
Yeah. Yeah.
very bad for them, and I much prefer just buying overstock from other dealers
Right.
because there's no like sad stories that go with it. It's just look, I bought too many or too many collections came in and I need to get rid of it. And then
Right.
and they said there's a set price kind of in mind for bulk stuff, so it's not. I don't feel like they're thinking, oh, what kind of percentage is he making on this
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
that I'm going to him? It's just very cut and dried. So I much prefer that.
Do you get people coming to you to offer collections to you?
Yeah, yeah, and so, but more commonly than your scenario is that they don't have a price in mind. They just say, "Hey, I've got these comics, and what will you give me for them?"
Right.
Um, so I like to assume that they know what they have.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm looking through the books, I will set aside what I think are key books or pricier books, and then the rest goes to the other side. And then I explain to them like, hey, this is the good stuff that you have that will sell very easily, and we're going to mostly base the price of it on these books, and then the rest of it here is in bulk is X amount per book. So that's going to make up the total what I'm going to offer you. In the case that somebody has a set price in mind, I think I might just take it. That's a very rare situation though. Like I said, usually it's them coming to me, asking me what I would pay for them.
I suppose the difference kind of in that scenario would be, as a hobbyist, sometimes those people like myself who buy a collection don't really want to sit on it for a year or two and have it just sitting there, whereas someone who has this as a business and inventory can afford to sit on some books that might not sell right away, where you'll take some of the lesser known books to get some of the more nicer keys in the collection.
Yeah, I don't like to cherry pick, because ultimately they're coming to me with a problem like, hey, I want to get rid of this.
Yeah.
And then me cherry picking out the 2 or 3 good books and leaving them with garbage, then they're not going to be able to sell anything.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to want that. So I like to explain that to them, and I like to put it in. I like to give them the option, like, hey, if you want me to cherry pick, I will, but
right.
Just let it be known that it's going to be really hard for you to move the rest of these books.
Yeah.
So usually they'll try to sell the whole thing, because that's what they ultimately want, is just to make space wherever they are.
Do most people understand when you are buying something like that you also need to make money off them?
A lot of them do understand, and they'll have a collection and they'll start to catalog it, and then they're like, this is just cataloging it is taking it forever.
Yep.
Like, let alone making the listing for it, taking the photos, packing it, shipping it, all of that.
Yeah.
So a lot of them do understand that. Occasionally I'll get a knucklehead that's like, this is worth $10 on eBay, I'll sell it to you for 10. It's like,
yeah, but there's more than goes into
that's
that.
not how that works.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, usually they understand it takes a lot of time, especially on those $1 or $2 books. Like, nobody wants to be doing that as a, just to get rid of it.
Yeah.
They don't want to spend the time, as it's not their hobby. They're not into it. They definitely don't want to spend the time making $1 listings or $2 listings for stuff that's just in their way.
And you really, for those, you really need the right buyer to come by who either is making a collection or a run of that, or is looking to read it. And even if it's not like it's when with keys or stuff, everybody's looking for keys or specs or whatever. But when it's just a reader copy of something that they're just looking to read, it takes a certain kind of buyer to come along and right. So that could take a while for that buyer to get to that point.
Yeah, I find that like fine and up is kind of where most readers are going to be.
Yeah.
Even a reader is not really going to look for a low grade low grade copy of a modern age book. They'll spend the 25 extra cents to get a fine copy, right, of a very fine near mint.
Are you texting Josh? Are you buying a $1 book right now on eBay?
No, I was just double checking the You Sell Comics Instagram, actually.
Okay. Okay.